This portfolio is actually pretty cool. Looks like he's more of a props artist. Right now it says freelance 3D artist. Yeah. So freelance 3D artist, Chicago. 5 props. Let's go through these. Lock box fun. So this is a year ago. Pretty simple prop, but the attention to detail on such simple shapes is actually pretty cool. There's just little dents and stuff kind of showing some wear and tear, some aging. You're still on the train, dude. Yes. Yes. Awesome. This is cool as well. Like material breakdowns are always nice. That albedo looks pretty dope, actually. Let's see, metallic. So in your metallic, you actually have some gray values. And I think because there isn't any actual, like, clear dirt, I would leave your metallic just a constant white. You'll never beat me. Not with those long messages, Blue. So, yeah. This, in general, this looks pretty solid. I think it just needs some context, some type of label or numbers on the side or a name or some stickers on it, and then you're good to go. In general, this is really low poly, but I think it gets the point across for the parts that are on it, so you're good to go. That was a year ago as well. So, a German grenade. Something small. Your dad has that soldering station? Bumby, give me some pictures, man, of your dad's soldering station. Yeah, Darkland's right. With this guy, it needs a story. Right now, it's like off the assembly line, out in battle, got dropped a few times, but it needs like who owned it? Who owned it? You like that, Tius? So, dude, in general, the details on this are pretty cool. The material is interesting. I think around here, if there was part of it that was just a maybe slightly more reflective or more metallic, it could be like this bolt nail thing here is awesome just because it's a difference, right? Maybe if the bottom piece was more, oh, you never really get a close shot of the bottom. There's that piece. If that was closer to this nail, that would be pretty awesome. Oh, he modeled it. Your dad models? What? The text on here is also from what Ricky is saying, and I'm going to trust Ricky because he's pretty hardcore about this stuff. The text is usually printed on. I believe it is a white or like a off-white paint. And the other pitfall that people tend to run into when they put that paint on there is they have this really bad urge to kind of try and remove edges of the paint to try and make it look a little aged and stuff. I would just look at reference. Just to see how the paint wears if you're going to do that. But yeah, I would make that paint. And I would also probably not add a normal to that paint. If you did, it's going to be really, really small. Like, I don't think you need to put a normal map on the paint. Overall, though, this asset's pretty cool. It just needs some roughness separation or roughness variation. So, like, the wood and the metal being slightly further apart than they are now. And I think you're good to go. Talking about this guy? You talking about this guy, Bumpy? So this is pretty awesome. This is made using Maya and ZBrush. Let's look at the Nice. Oh. Whip what? Right. Sticker. Dude, that sacks. Normal paint. It'll still go boom. It's true. This is true, what you say. Just looking at the way materials read. Dude, this edge here, that's cool. Just having a nice normal. Well, there's a nice little dent there. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I think all this needs as well is just some more material separation like the others. Like the other asset we were just looking at. Poen, dude. Dude. Thanks, man. Thanks, dude. Ho ho. Ho. Like that. Oh. Hype, hype, hype. Yeah. I think I would actually suggest maybe I mean, maybe Bumby will say otherwise. But I think if you could make a texture sheet that's got this text on it, I would actually put that on a separate card and alpha cut out and give it a different roughness value. That way you get like the nice sharp edges. You get a better resolution on the text. Depending, of course. Oh, Reed's going to be okay, man. You're talking about in here? I don't know. From what I can tell, I don't think it is because there would be more here. In the gloss stuff, I'd be careful adding AO into your gloss because AO in PBR engines currently should be masking out your gloss or roughness. Not always, but it should be. Yeah, man, I love that you spent some time down here, even though, you know, you wouldn't see that in that edge or bottom. Oh man, Reeds, you crazy. Hasn't been that long, has it? Like 2 months, 3 months? Ew. Ew, the bottom. Ew. Yeah. In general, this is a pretty nice prop, though. Oh, what is that? Is that... No. Wait, what? What am I seeing? So it's a... Okay, so that's being pushed up. Dude, what I'm seeing in this image down here, right here, I think it's because of the light angle. It looks like the outside is covered in like a vinyl, and then there's air bubbles under it. That's a detail that I think people don't think about. We need like air bubble normal stamps that you can put in like Substance Painter. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is this. Where is it at here? This guy. This is pretty cool, and I think the metal just needs to be... Oh, man. Yeah, some oxidization going on there. I think if more of the metal is exposed in the areas where it's not, it'll really contrast what's happening here, and that would be... Nom, 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 nom. Reeds, jeez, man. I win. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. What is this guy? Spot welder. Oh, man. That's cool. Yeah, I guess so. What I'm seeing is your materials are tend to be like mid-range to their extreme that they could be, I guess. Let me see what the sun reflectivity. I mean, is there supposed to be... Man, I don't even know how reflectivity works, because, I mean, this is cool. This is interesting that your metals are dark like that. The lack of detail normal in this is great, in my opinion, just because of the type of surface you're portraying. Like, you get some stuff here, but it's more reason, right? All of your information looks like it's in your gloss. Yeah, which is where you should expect to see it. How do you give bits? Oh, man. I think it's just above the chat thing, right? Or it's next to the sub button, isn't it? If it's your first time buying bits, too, I think for $10 you can get more than normal. I don't know if that's still going on or not. But what happened to the... Oh, it's just the next song. Tobias. I do get more of it if it's a bit, that's for sure. In general, this is pretty cool, though. I think you just need to be looking at your, like, the details that's going on here feel squished. I don't know if you're seeing that. It actually feels like it's compressed. And from what I can tell, does that slide? I don't even know. I don't know, man. Does this go inside of this at all? Does it like collapse into itself? Because if it does, it needs some directional like scrape wear. That's an interesting fact. Tobias, I don't think that bits are included in the donation bar below. I need to look into that, though, because I don't think they are with the way that I'm doing it currently. This is interesting. So I like how this is worn down. I can't tell. It looks like it's supposed to be a smoothed out area of the metal, and then this is like laser etched into the surface, and then it's just kind of worn over time. It's not letting you give bits. Oh, man. Bits be gone, dude. Bits be gone. I don't know. You'll never win. Reed's like, I rigged everything, So, we got a World War II walkie-talkie. I wish they still made them like this because, my God, can you imagine the apps on this? Honestly, I think if you gave this to a kid right now, he'd probably put it up to his eyes. See if he could see something. Oh man, the chat's going crazy. So, in general, I think this looks pretty good. I think the detail normal on it actually is working out pretty well given this type of material. Your metallic is much better in this one. This was also made a year ago, dude. Dude, this sacks. Oh. For everyone that's watching this video on YouTube, I'm sorry that you're not. 100. Oh my God. Sublime. He's in. Yep. This looks good. I think this looks pretty nice. Is there a... yes, there is. I forgot. There's an interactable version here. You know what really bugs me about how this is set up? Is like the frame of this viewer is to the edge. So if you're like, oh yeah, that's cool, and you want to see the images below, you have to like move your mouse to the edge or like over here, but not too far over, just on this side. Just in these little spaces here. That's the only way you're gonna go down. Or arrow keys. Hype. As long as I'm not an Italian sub, then you're good to go, man. So yeah, oh dude, this is cool. That's a cool way of doing it. It looks like blunt force was applied and then scraped. That's super cool. Weld lines look pretty nice as well. Your bake looks okay. A little bit of seam, but I mean, that's so small. Like, what you're gonna see it, maybe you would see it in a cutscene this close. It's gonna look great. This button here, I don't know if that's supposed to be rubber. Looks like it's supposed to be rubber, especially right around here. I think reapproaching the material for this is, as far as the roughness goes, will really give you the rubber material look that you're trying to go for. Yeah, man, this is a cool asset. I like this one. Very, very well done. So, looking at this portfolio, you're a freelance 3D artist. Right now, all I'm seeing are props. 3D environment artist. So what I'd like to see is probably some scenes, right? 2 to 3 scenes is kind of the magic number for me. Just because it gives enough of a sample amount to know what you're capable of. Like, especially if they're like, oh, this one's like a sci-fi scene, and this one's like, I don't know, old temple type scene, and this one's like modern day things, streets, stuff like that, or just anything. The main thing I would say is build an environment that you feel you would like to work on in a game, right? Because basically the people that contact you about hiring you will want to make stuff that they see you making. They're going to be like, oh man, if we hire this guy, he's going to be able to make what we're trying to make out the door. He'll be able to do it. So minimal teaching to get you up to speed, because you're already almost doing what they want as far as art style goes. So make what you want, and you will be able to get paid for what you want to make. Yeah. So this portfolio to me is not ready because you want to be an environment artist. Now, if you want to be a props artist, I would suggest having one scene that's just showing a bunch of props interacting together, because that's a good way to display your understanding of parity between props and how they correlate to each other. Getting materials and roughness values all be kind of within the same ballpark of each other, so everything is communicating on the same level. And it'll show compositional skills, it'll show your propping skills, it'll really, really important, it'll show your understanding of scale. And scale is one of the more important things, in my opinion, when it comes to being an environment artist. If you can't understand like the height of a table and the height of a chair being next to each other and looking wrong, and you can't catch that, you have to fix that. Like, it has to be second nature to you. So that's why I feel like seeing environments is such a important thing, is those type of things. But yeah, environments, man, or more props in one environment, but environment all the way. All right, I will be right back, and then we're gonna get to your guys' stuff in the stream critiques. And I don't know if here I'll switch over. We'll be back.